Just wait for anybody to show up. Might be interested. Whenever you watch an episode of The Sopranos from the old HBO series Sopranos, lasted for 7 seasons, I believe. I have it on my external hard drive, the entire series. The opening sequence of that show when they're playing the theme music and you're seeing Tony drive his car, he did it along here on the New Jersey Turnpike, but he was going southbound, not north. And if you can look carefully to the left, that's Newark, New Jersey, and the airport. I'll be crossing over the George Washington Bridge, which makes me very uneasy because that bridge is really old and it needs to be replaced. And they're charging a shitload of money to go over that bridge northbound. It's up to $140 now for us just to cross that bridge in a toll. And there's literally thousands of trucks going over that bridge. They got more than enough money, I know, to replace that bridge. But what it does is the George Washington, when you get on it, you're leaving New Jersey and going into New York State. But when you get off the bridge, you're in the Bronx. I got to go through the Bronx and then get out of that area and then get into Connecticut, head north into Mass, head over near Boston, go north, go through a little bottom stick of New Hampshire to get into Maine. But it's the traffic that makes this take so goddamn long to get through. And I don't feel like driving around. That traffic could be just as bad. And it ain't worth the diesel to drive around. You'll end up burning $140 worth of diesel going around it, then just might as well go on through. But Newark Airport here, when you look at it, I swear to God, it looks like the international airport in Manila. Same size and everything. Woke up this morning, got myself a gun. And I rose through my head. I've done it a couple of times. I'd be playing the Sopranos theme music and smoke a cigar. Finally see signs for the George Washington Bridge. In short, they call it the GW. Oops, not this lane. And you can't see it, but when you look off to the right, you can see the entire skyline of New York City. I will not be doing the Lincoln Tunnel. Thank you very much. Now New York City's right in front of me, but you're really gonna have to zoom in to see it. I mean, it's a bit foggy, is why. But to the right of the roadway in the distance, after these signs get out of the way. But if you went to the right, yeah, it would take you to 80 West, but also it'll branch off to where you can go to the Holland Tunnel and go into Manhattan Island where the city's at. Ah, Jesus. Yeah, I'll be happy just to get north of Stamford, Connecticut. Ugh. Yeah, this is just one of those trips where you're like, go ahead and go through. I rarely come through here. I just hope y'all enjoy this on the replay. I very rarely come through here. Figured to do a live stream, record it. Y'all can watch it, look at it. Oh, that's what it looks like from New Jersey, going through the Bronx. There's only a couple of famous people I know that from the Bronx. Ace Frehley was the original lead guitarist from Kiss, was from the Bronx, and Blackie Lawless, the writer and lead singer of the heavy metal group Wasp. And those two grew up together. They were friends. But I know that a lot of people want to visit New York City at least one time in their life. But once you've had your fill of that one time, you won't want to come back. Trust me. I never willingly went to New York City. I went a little reluctantly, but I had no choice because that's where my load took me. And when you look out the passenger window, you can see all of downtown New York City. Anyway, this is the Meadowlands that I'm currently in. The Meadowlands of New Jersey. But the weird thing is if I was going southbound, it wouldn't cost me anything to cross the George Washington Bridge. It's free. But if you're going northbound, 140 bucks. Now for a car, I'm not sure. Last time I heard it was like 40. But for a Class A vehicle like mine, 140 bucks. They always sock it to us. I hope whoever shows up enjoys this. But this is a swampy area through here. That's why you don't see very many housing or anything like that. That serves me. I'm coming up to the Meadowlands Stadium where the Giants and the Jets play football. They share the same stadium. Yeah, there it is. Yeah. MetLife Stadium. Used to be called the Meadowlands. Haven't really kept up with all the name changes. Corporations buying the name of stadiums. I don't understand it. But for those who don't know, there's Manhattan, where the all the buildings are located, the downtown area, and then there's. Hey, man, you want to come up here? There we go.
What's up?
It's better to talk than type. Hey, how you doing? It's better to talk than type.
We going south?
No, I'm headed northbound. I got to get up to Maine and deliver this to Walmart. That mass shooting was a few weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the guy started at the Walmart DC in Lewiston, and then he went to two other places. I don't know if they caught the guy yet or not, but they got a picture of him with an AR-15. He was just shooting people.
He shot himself.
Oh, he
You
killed
talking
himself?
about a student that was up in Maine?
Yeah.
Yeah, he shot himself.
Oh, jeez.
They find him in a lake.
I just, I'm a gun owner, and I was taught to respect guns, but it's just what is wrong with these people?
I don't know.
Especially with people that get paid shit wages, and they're actually working. They're gonna put up with that crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's MetLife Stadium. The Jets and the Giants play there. I think they had the Super Bowl there like 4 or 5 years ago.
I thought, I don't know, maybe. They don't usually like to have them in cold climates.
Yeah, no. Imagine having it in Green Bay. Imagine having the Super Bowl in Green Bay. It's like below 20 degrees. Jesus.
I still think Alaska should have a team.
I'm sorry.
I said, I still think Alaska should have a team.
Yeah, I think they don't because of travel, but the NFL's opening it up. I mean, there's plans of having a team in London, England, and Mexico City, Mexico, because they sell those big stadiums out. Like the one in Mexico City fits like 300,000 people and it filled every butt in the seat. And it's like, wow. Yeah, it's really expensive to drive through here, especially in a Class A. Good thing is I got easy pass. Yeah, they Vince Lombardi service area. They park a lot of trucks in there, though. He was the head coach of the Green Bay Packers during the first two Super Bowl wins. But I'm surprised if I lose signal or anything like that, especially in this area. I mean, shoot, man, there's like over 15 million people that live in this area. Traffic is kind of light today, though. Usually, go bumper to bumper through here. But I've been told it's the only stadium I have been to is Fenway for the Boston Red Sox because I can't get any parked anywhere near the place. The most expensive cab ride I ever took was from Vince Lombardi here down into the Bronx to Yankee Stadium to go to a game. That the cab ride was more than the ticket. But that was one of the things I wanted to do as I'm a road driver. I wanted to visit all the MLB parks. I have, just not Fenway. Drove by it
Hey
many a
Sean,
time
have you ever
though.
thought about doing? Have you ever thought about doing Kick.com?
What's that? Never heard of that. Hi, Mimi.
So Kick.com is it's a streaming app, just like YouTube, but it's a split of 95% you, 5%.
Well, no, I just do this for fun, really. I like to show people, people may never ever come here, but at least they got to get it. You know, I see. If you ever visit this area, you may not come through here. I just do it for fun. I support other channels. How you doing, Mimi? I dropped the link there if you want to come up. You want to see me go through the Bronx?
You're a owner operator, right?
Yes.
Did you? So who do you use? If you don't mind me asking, who do you use for your brokerage?
But brokerage, I didn't. I'm not under my own authority, although I was. But the problem is it costs you more than what it's worth. It's the way the economy is. You're better off signing under a carrier under their authority, and here's why: because you get a fleet discount. You get to use their fleet discount at the pump. See, I don't pay full price at the pump. I pay maybe 2/3 of the actual price because I'm signed under a fleet. I can do pretty much well do what I want. I mean, I can go home anytime I want. I can say, hey, someone get this load. I'm going home. I get pretty much will do what I want. I just cannot haul freight for anybody else besides Prime Inc. That's basically all it is. And Prime gives me plenty of good freight. Where
So
I'm good.
do you guys ever get a call and be like, hey, we're gonna split this load?
Well, I don't know about splitting a load. That doesn't happen. But what they do is we swap loads. Yes, with people. It's called a repower.
Yeah, I just feel
That's
like you
happened
lose
many a time.
that.
I'm sorry, you were cutting out.
It's okay. I just feel like you could lose a lot of money doing that.
No, not really.
Swapping loads.
Not really. If someone repowers your load, they get the load there on time. That's the whole name of the game, and it works out. Because I mean, you never know. You get trapped behind traffic because of an accident, be stuck on the interstate for 3 to 4 hours because they have to investigate it, and you just burned up your clock sitting there. And you're like, okay, we'll have somebody come get your load, take it in for you to make sure it gets there on time.
Yeah, I can see it. I just feel like sometimes when you swap loads, the next thing you know, you're running bobtail, you're not making any money.
Yeah, typically, when you're empty or bobtail, yeah, you're not making money. But I get paid by the load, and there's a big difference versus being paid by the mile. See, if you're paid by the mile, either bobtail or empty, if that truck is moving, you're getting paid per mile. But as an owner op, you get paid by the load, which I looked at company and I looked at what some of these loads pay, and I'm like, I'll do that.
But you started out making, by the mile pretty much over the road.
Um, I started out as company, and then I went to a lease operator, completed 2 leases, and then I tried to purchase that last truck, but they wouldn't let me. So my bonus I used for a down payment plus 2 grand so I can have a 10 speed. And I had my truck paid off. I got my title 2 years ago. Couldn't be happier. And coming to a stop because around this curve, you're going to hit the bridge. I was expecting this. This sucks.
Welcome to New Jersey.
Well, this is actually getting out of New Jersey, getting into the Bronx.
I'm surprised you didn't hit this last night, or did you not have enough time?
I didn't have enough time to make it this far north, or I would have. Because usually, it's busy like this till right around like 1, 2 in the morning, and then it gets just a little bit lighter. But we wouldn't be coming to a stop like this.
Yeah, I looked at the owner operator stuff lease with my company, but it's crap.
What company you with?
I'll just give you this heads up. It starts with a W.
Oh, okay. That company. That's the one I'm thinking of. Um, they should have went under. There was an angel investor that came in and saved them. They were supposed to go bankrupt. And I know Rob Lowe was interested in buying their yard that they have down the street from our main yard in Springfield, Missouri, because they got a big yard there. But it never happened. Some angel investor came in and rescued them because typically when you have a family-owned trucking company like that one, and it gets really big like it did, when the founding father dies, the sons always run it to the ground. Very rarely do you see a trucking company that's family owned where the son or the sons take over and it's still successful. For some reason, they run them into the ground. Because my dad drove for Murphy Motor Freight the late '60s all the way until the mid '80s, and the old man had to come back out of retirement to rescue the company, and he did. It lasted for a couple of years. He died, and then the sons ran it to the ground. And my dad and his friends left Murphy and went to ABF.
Yeah, I was thinking about purchasing a truck and
Not
use
yet.
a brokerage,
Wait.
but that's why I was asking you what broker you use.
Yeah, I've looked at other brokers, but I'm happy where at with Prime. But being an owner operator with your own authority like that, you're going to pay full price at the pump, and that could be really pricey. Oh, that's why a lot of guys that had their own authority, they asked me, how's Prime treating? I'm doing great, man. Come on over here. You get you'll pay 2/3 on your diesel on average. Instead of paying full price. And they were like, really? And a lot of them came over. They said, we're going to stay. I said, see, it's not all that bad. But the way the economy is right now, the truck prices are overinflated. I wouldn't buy. Even though they told us if you have this time next year, before 2025, the new year, I have a year to get a new truck or go my own way because they don't want anybody with older equipment, which I think is kind of shitty. I take good care of my equipment. But anybody with a 2018 or older, which I have a 2018, and I'm like, look, you guys don't understand. Not all truck drivers are dumbasses. And in this economy, I would not buy a new truck right now. No, because they're overinflated right now. I'm waiting. It's bound to happen. We don't know when. It's not a catcher of if. It's just a matter of when. This economy is gonna crash, and it's gonna be a doozy. The next one,
I
every
mean,
4 to 7 years.
see, my opinion is like, yeah, you got to order a truck, but you take good care of your truck. I mean, that shows in your DOT inspections. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Plus,
I pass with flying colors every year.
that's what I'm saying. So if you pass with flying colors, then she give you a pass, in my opinion. And if you don't pass all the time, then there's issues.
Yeah, there was one time I had an issue where I had to get a new slack adjuster. I'm like, okay, go ahead and do it. A couple hours, it was done. Passed me in DOT, and I was on my merry way. Basically, I listen to the mechanics. I've gotten to know them there at Springfield that work on my truck, and I trust them, and I haven't had problems. They tell me you're going to be running into this issue. You might want to change this. I'm like, okay, go ahead. It's the dealerships I don't like. I don't trust those retards with a potato gun. I had to go back 3 times for the same issue and told them what my issue was. They just refused to listen to me. And when they finally did it, I said, see, if you had done what I told you to do from Jump Street, I wouldn't have had to come back here twice and waste a week here and not getting paid. That was when I had a Freightliner. I haven't had that issue with Peterbilt though. Ugh. I never noticed that before. They put up fencing on the sides of these cliffs. Hey, that's a good idea. Now you're going to stop a tree from falling. There's something right on that edge, too. May stop rocks or whatever from hitting the highway, but
So you're going home for the holidays?
um, no, I'm in a week and a half. I got to be in Springfield. I got a doctor's appointment on the 20th for my DOT physical, and I'll probably have some PM done to my truck, preventative maintenance, and my APU. Whenever I do that, I kind of clump it all together. So I'll be in Springfield, Missouri for a couple of days, 20, 21st. My son's got a football game Friday. They win that, they go to the regional championship game. They win that, then they go to state. And I will be there for the state game, no doubt. And I'm hoping I might be home for Thanksgiving, but I'm not sure. That's going to be kind of tight. I was supposed to be home for the past 2 Christmases and still haven't been able to do that. I'm going to shoot for this Christmas, though, to be home. Take off day after New Year's. But in a way, that's good to travel that time of year because, yeah, they're travelers for the holidays, but it's to a bare minimal, depending on where you're going. Man, what did you do? That red dirt comes from the south. You must have been went mudding in that damn thing. And he's got mud, but red mud all the way up to the back side of his truck there. Well, the good thing is this isn't in an accident. This is everybody going through the toll booths right before the bridge. I just hope that they're not protesting because they protested a few times blocking the George Washington Bridge, and that was a disaster.
I thought we had protests. You can't block the flow of traffic.
The past few issues, like Antifa and then Black Lives Matter, did it, and I know there's major protesting going on about Palestine and Israel, and I wouldn't put it beside them. Some of the idiots in the group do something like that. But basically, all the protests worldwide had been disciplined. There was no violence. It's just whoever gave people the idea to block an interstate highway was not good.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I'm all about the First Amendment, Second Amendment, and all that stuff, but shouldn't block the flow of traffic.
Yeah, I mean, it even says that you're not allowed on the interstate. You have to be in a motorized vehicle to be on the interstate. Years ago, before I was born, only trucks like ours were allowed on the interstate. Cars were not allowed on them. The cars had to use U.S. highways. Interstate was strictly Class A vehicles. But I was in the one that dealt with Ferguson. And that was the first time that an interstate was ever blocked in a protest, was what happened in Ferguson, right by St. Louis.
Yeah.
I stopped my truck and I popped my brake and I walked to the front of my truck. I said, "Look, folks, I don't care what you do. Hey, I'm not against you. Just don't climb on my truck and I'll sit here until y'all are done." I was decent about it.
Yeah.
But I know some of the drivers would probably have an attitude, and that's probably what would start it. And they would fuck with him by climbing on his truck to begin with. But I was carrying then. Yeah, I even informed Prime and the state police that I know in Springfield. I said, "Look, they start damaging property, and I feel threatened. I will put it in gear, and I will run their ass over."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Y'all can try to
Yeah.
stop
The
an
only time I
80,000
really
pound truck if you want to." Go
the only
ahead.
time I ever seen like people protesting in the middle of the street was in Canada, up in Ottawa.
Yeah, but those
About
were all
2 years
truck
ago.
drivers. Yeah, those were all truckers
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
That was about the mask mandate, and
Mm-hmm.
there were other issues about it too that I never understood.
Yeah. But Canada. I don't want to say nothing about Canada because I don't know the laws there. But Canada law is completely different than U.S. law.
A little bit, yeah.
I mean, I just wish that you were talking about carrying. I wish you can conceal carry in all 50 states without a permit. You know.
Uh-huh. Just certain places have certain law, like Chicago, it's illegal. New York, it's illegal. But predominantly, we can carry by law. We can because it's considered your domicile. It's considered your house.
That's
You're practically living in your truck.
true. That's true. So you go to, well, you don't go to Canada, right?
Oh yeah, I do. I haven't been in a couple of years though. Last time I went, I was delivering Yoplait yogurt from Twin Falls, Idaho to Toronto, and I hooked up with Darren Dobson. I met
Yeah.
him in person.
I was gonna say, you go to Canada, you can't even, you limited everything.
Yeah, now you can't carry in Canada. That's illegal.
Yeah. I didn't think about that. I didn't think about your truck's your house. So
Yes.
technically, it's still considered.
And the only thing is you don't have a toilet and a shower
That's true.
unless you get one of those king sleepers. But you're limited to what you can haul. The only people that I know that get those have a dedicated
Trailer.
Lockheed Martin or Boeing because they can only carry no more than 28,000 pounds in the box.
Uh-huh. You got your hazmat too, don't you?
I used to, but not anymore. It ain't worth the hassle.
Yeah.
It doesn't pay like it used to either.
Yeah, I was talking to someone one time, and you know how it is. You talk to someone, and 98% of it's bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, "Oh yeah, I got all these gas contracts. I'm making X, Y, Z, all this money," and I'm like, "Sounds great. I'd love to see a paycheck," because he was saying how much he was making. It was a lot, and I was like, "He's like, yeah, I'm not going to show you that." I'm like, "Then you're not making it until you show me an invoice or something." I don't believe it.
Yeah, I try not to do that, but I've shown a few people on YT what a load was paying on the Qualcomm. I said, "You see that?" That's why they like, we'll never question that again.
Yeah. Well, I'll just tell you this. He said it was over $1,000 for a 1 day run.
Yeah, very rarely will you get those, but they exist.
For gas, and I was like, "There's no way. There's no way."
Because on average, if you get one that takes only 1 day, those pay anywhere between 700 to 1,000, but on average, about right around 7 to 8, right around there is your typical 1 day run. You're talking maybe 200 to 300 miles. I did get one that paid like 780, and it only went 120 miles.
Oh
Like
wow.
shit, yeah, I'll take it. But I had to sit on it for a little bit.
Yeah. Do you guys do a referral program at you at work?
No, yeah. Um, like I tell everybody, if you're interested, just go to primeinc.com and talk to a recruiter.
No. I'm saying referral programs. I'm like, you refer me to it, so you get a little cash back.
I don't know how they reward anything like that anymore. I do know that because I tried it once and it was pretty difficult. I'm like, forget it. It's just an emblem on your truck that you get. You could they'll have this emblem put on your truck called Ambassador. I thought it looked kind of cool, and I'm like, that's too hard. You had to recruit 10 people.
Yeah, that can be a little. That's not the easiest thing to do.
No. And I'm honest. I just said, not every company is a one size fits all. I mean, there's good and there's bad.
Yeah.
You know, you just got to find your niche. What company works best for you? Where some of these drivers I met, They didn't like any company they worked for,
But
and that does.
sometimes when you point, they may cut you off, sorry. But sometimes when you have one finger pointing at the company, you got first fingers pointing right back at you. You know,
Yeah.
so you have to think about that. Sometimes it's the person.
Oh yeah. But that looks bad on your DAC report. You've worked for how many companies this year? Because it shows no, you're not very loyal, and it can show that you're not very reliable.
Yeah.
I've been staying with Prime now for 13 years, and they're going to look at that and like, hey, that's pretty cool.
Oh yeah. I mean, if you look at mine, I stayed with JB Hunt for 2 years, and then I've been with this same company now. I'm going on 5 years. So
Hmm.
it's not like it's not like I still consider myself new a little bit sometimes, but it's not like I'm job hopping. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah,
another.
whoever made the decision, because JB Hunt when I was a kid was a small trucking company. But when
Yeah.
they made the decision to go intermodal, that's when that company exploded.
Yeah. Well,
It's like they're
the only reason I went there was that was like one of the only companies that were hiring you fresh out. You know.
yeah.
And
ABF is a good outfit. They're union. They're Teamsters. One
yeah.
of the only few left. But Yellow, that mess. Oh my God. And I agree with because I'd watch some of the meetings. Some people would record them, make a live stream out of them. Some of the meetings with, one of the guys from the boards of directors of the company. And one guy said it so well. You guys got a $700 million bailout. How did you blow $700 million? And you're filing for bankruptcy?
Hmm.
I'm like, I want an answer to that question also.
But think about. I was reading an article. I think it was the other day. It says that
God,
a lot of like the federal government was giving out like money for
yeah.
COVID.
Look how close that car is to the bottom of this bridge.
Oh hell, damn!
Yeah, it's probably like an inch,
Woo!
if that.
I'd be squeezing my butt cheeks on that one.
Mhm. I usually did that the first time I went through Boston to get to Logan Airport because I had to
Yeah,
deliver a high val load. There's cigars and wine and
yeah,
chocolates, the international flights. It's a high val load, and I had to deliver it there. Yeah, the security takes you from the bullpen area around the airport, so you're on the runway, and I'm like,
yeah.
I'm not taxiing, and I'm looking at people in planes, and they're waving at me, and I'm waving at them, like, what the hell?
Yeah, like I was saying, the federal government was giving out a whole bunch of money, and that's going to end this year. Like completely, it's dried up, and
uh,
people are like, I don't know what I'm going to do, and I'm like, it's called you should have been thinking about this on the head. It's not. It wasn't free money. It wasn't like,
well,
hey, this is going to last forever.
a lot of them that got the PPP loans got them forgiven.
Yeah, yeah, but yeah, it's nuts. It's not free money. You got to think about
Yeah.
how you're going to pay this
Well,
money back, or
yeah,
you know,
a whole list of rich people that got these PPP loans, like one
yeah,
of our representatives, Marjorie Trader Green, she got
mhm,
almost $200,000 as
yeah,
a PPP loan, and it got forgiven. But when they were going to try to forgive student loan debt, they said no. I'm like, how low can you be? Your PPP loan got forgiven for almost 200 grand, but you won't forgive these students that are struggling. Yeah, it's going to get worse.
this is the crazy thing. Like student loans, you know, just say I'm going to give up some fake numbers here, okay? So just say you have student loans for $100,000, right? Well, when you go to school and you have student loans at $100,000, people become a school teacher. School teachers only make a certain percent. You still have to live.
Yeah,
So it's like you have these student loans for life.
basically. But here's the thing: it's
And if you
gone
file
up. It's gotten
bankruptcy,
worse.
which I'm not saying to ever do, but if you do, student loan debt is never forgiven.
Yeah, but they don't really come after it.
Oh, they don't.
No, I know a lot of guys that hadn't paid their student loans in probably 10 years until they came here to drive a truck,
Yeah,
and they paid it all off in a couple of years.
gotcha.
Because believe it or not, a lot of truck drivers are highly educated people. It's just there's no jobs in their field or anywhere near that because they all got shipped overseas or they were replaced by a robot.
Yeah. Have you seen the robot truck drivers yet?
Yeah, I would not trust it. There's too many variables involved.
I've never seen one. That's what I was asking you.
I mean, I saw pictures on the internet. I
That's
mean,
what I've seen. I would never trust it. Can you imagine?
because,
Can you imagine being in
well,
West Virginia coming down a freaking mountain and you lose your brakes?
oh
Do you
yeah,
think? Do you think it's going to know that?
yeah. Videos I have seen was those self-drivable cars where
Yeah.
that woman got ran over. I mean, she got hit hard, and then there was the one that was on the interstate, and I did comment on that one. It scraped the side of the Jersey wall on the left
Yeah.
really bad, but as soon as it hit, it applied the brake and the four ways came on, and I said, "Hey, look, pop the four ways right away." But it's like, why did it hit the guardrail? I mean, the Jersey wall. It made no sense.
Yeah.
Damn, this guy is really close. He's got like maybe 3 inches between the top of that car and the bottom of the bridge.
But the
Now
other
it's
thing you have to look
happened.
at too is snow and ice.
Oh yeah, I was going through Nashville, Tennessee, on the south side, going north, and there's a low bridge there. It's a 13 6 or 7, just enough where
Yeah.
I can get underneath it. Well, a guy had pickup trucks on the top of his car hauler, and Sammy, we were on a video call, and she witnessed it. The guy was like in the other lane ahead of me about maybe 50 yards, and it just ripped the top of those pickup trucks off, and the debris went everywhere. And it's like that guy is responsible for that, and he should have known by getting his measuring stick out.
Mm-hmm.
He should have known better.
I mean, here's an Arrow bridge right here. Well, it's not a bridge, but you know what I mean. Toll path.
Yeah, the toll booth.
Yeah.
Yeah, they took all the toll booths out. It's all automated now.
Yeah.
Come on, there isn't much to worry about after the toll booth, but we're at a dead stop. And I do not want to be stopped on that freaking bridge because it's like the Ambassador Bridge going into Canada. You stop on there, you just feel the thing bouncing. And I'm like, come on, I want to get off this damn thing.
Well, it doesn't look like it's so windy today, so that's. I mean, it still bounces, but it really bounces when it's windy.
I never was up there when it was windy, just when it was heavy traffic like this.
Yeah. I mean, everyone has, but you know, I've seen bridges get shut down because of wind.
Oh, yeah, the Mackinac Bridge.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a Fiat get blown off of it,
Oh wow!
landed landed in the water, and it was floating.
It became a boat.
Just don't open the door.
Yeah. I remember as a kid, I never seen them. the boat cars that can ride in the water in or land back
Yeah.
in the 1950s, probably.
Hmm.
You probably know what I'm talking about.
Well, I know the military vehicle.
Yeah.
That's why your people vehicles are all banged up because you pull in out in front of somebody like that.
People don't understand what air brakes mean.
But like the military had them. It was shaped like a boat, but it had four wheels on it. The military, the army used them, and the Marines. I forgot what they called them.
Yeah. So does Prime let you bring pets with you?
Yep.
Okay.
You can if you're a lease or owner op, you can do anything. You just have to let them know, hey, I got my daughter or my son, my girlfriend or whatever. Everything's fine. They just need to know what you have on there.
Yeah.
It's due to insurance purposes.
Oh yeah.
All right, here's the George Washington Bridge. Enjoy.
Yeah, our company
Like,
lets you bring a dog, but you have to do a deposit.
oh yeah. The thing is, you got to be aware of what kind of pet you're bringing on because laws are different and everywhere around the country.
Oh
Like
yeah.
we had one driver that was at the Petro in Salina, Kansas, and pit
Yeah.
bulls are illegal.
Oh
They
really?
reported him, and they showed up to his truck and seized his dog and gave him a ticket and a court date. And he was like, "I didn't know." Well, it's up to you to know, and it's illegal. They're illegal here. And they're like, "Well, I want my dog back." You know, that dog was euthanized as soon as they got him to the
Yeah.
vets. Yeah, they euthanized it. No, there's no getting that dog back. Not
Yeah.
alive anyway.
Yeah.
And some places you have to have $50,000 liability insurance. You know, a
Well,
pit bull is just not worth the hassle to have.
I know. Like for instance, for us, um, you have to go to the vet and get a um, good health certificate,
Uh
um,
huh.
travel with, and they're good for 90 days. And you can so sometimes I've only been asked once ever for the health certificate, but I always have it, you know.
But what I tell a lot of guys is, if you're going to carry a firearm, don't advertise the fact.
Well, it's kind of like this. If you get pulled over, which everyone knows that we can get pulled over at any time, if we're not
Mhm.
expect, um, you know, you can't really hide a dog.
No, me, I wouldn't have a pet on the truck because you know it's kind of
It
the
does slow you
smell.
down.
The smell would get to me really quickly.
Yeah, well, I always keep my dog clean, but the thing is, it's it slows you down. You
That
know,
too.
I mean, the good thing is like Love's, gas station. 98% of them have
The dog
uh,
park.
dog perks. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember this one old lady complained. These two drivers were friends, and they met up, and they were breeding their dogs. They were German shepherds,
Hmm.
and they did it right there in the dog park. Let them the dogs do their business. But this lady, old lady, came into the truck stop, could see it going on, and she complained.
Mm.
Like, you can go over there and stop those dogs from doing that if you want to. I'm like, just let them do their wrong, whatever it is. Dogs do those sort of things. But hey, there's money to be made there.
Yeah.
You either get I think it's like $200 if you have the mail, or you get a pick of the litter.
It depends. The stud feed goes up and down depending on what kind of dog it is.
Yeah, I know it's expensive if it's English bulldogs. Those dogs
Yeah,
are expensive.
yeah,
Yeah, I bumped into a couple of drivers that had English bulldogs, which pet the dog and everything. And I like them because the way they look up at you, like the look that they're giving you, if they could talk, is saying, "You're a dumbass." It's just that look that they give you. It's like, man, you're a dumbass.
yeah.
Well, this is the Bronx. You take the exit to my right, it'll take you to Yankee Stadium. Well, the worst is basically over, but sometimes it could be crappy getting up into Connecticut through Stanford.
Yeah.
I don't know. Does Vince McMahon still own that WWE building? I know he sold his shares
I want to
to
be really
some
honest.
corporation. Are you there, Amon? I lost you.
You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. Yeah, I can't tell you. I don't know if he owns it or not.
Yeah, see, on I-95 here, you get as soon as you get into Connecticut, that's Stanford. You look to the right, and there's the WWE building.
Yeah.
I had them call me. Two of my former students drive for them.
Oh, WWE.
Yeah, they called me and wanted to recruit me. I'm like, how did you
Mm.
know who I am and my phone number? But two of your former students were pull for us. I'm like, really? I said, at the time, I was like, well, my truck isn't quite paid for, but once it's paid for, I may look into that. Signing the contract and be like, okay, I come to WWE. I want a special occasion for one of your wrestlers because I met her when she was in Japan, long before she signed to the WWE. That is weird. I was with a friend in Japan. He goes, hey, let's go watch wrestling. I thought it was going to be sumo wrestling. No, it was. I believe it was JWP, and there were women. And whoever this woman was, she grabbed my attention. It was like, wow, who's this woman? And she went by the name Kana. A year later, Barry calls me up and says, hey, Sean, turn on wrestling. I'm like, okay. He goes, that woman look familiar to you? I'm like, yeah, that's the woman I invited to go out for a drink with me. You use your hand like this in Japan, like this. That means, would you like to go for a drink? She's now known as Asuka in the WWE. She's probably got another couple more years. She'll probably retire. But I want that drink and possibly dinner, and I'll sign that contract. That'd be like, hey, you remember me? A guy
So,
like me with long hair, you wouldn't notice in Japan.
see, I thought Walmart has their own truck drivers.
Oh, Walmart does.
Can you see you going up to Walmart up in Maine?
Yeah, well, a lot of your whatever contract they got, we deliver to Walmart DCs, and we did have the Walmart contract there. Prime did, and a lot of local guys would drive a smaller, lightweight Prime truck and deliver their loads locally. But we lost that contract because it was paying crap anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But Basically, your Walmart drivers just service the stores.
Gotcha.
They take their loads from the warehouse to the surrounding stores, and then they grab, they drop their loaded trailer at the store and pick up the one next to them, which is full of pallets or
Yeah.
refuse or whatever they want to call it.
And you never have to unload your own truck.
I'm sorry.
You never have to unload your own truck.
If I was on a flour load out of Florida, I would,
Mm-hmm.
but you get paid extra for that.
Okay.
And the boxes, I'm grabbing these boxes. I'm like, is there anything in these? Very light load.
Yeah. You got a DWI checkpoint ahead. No, just kidding. Have you been in one of those yet?
What?
DWI checkpoint?
Oh yeah, once. That was long ago. Long time ago.
I was in one in Pennsylvania once. That was a pain in the ass. I wasn't drinking, but it's just a pain in the butt for all the traffic because they had to stop every car getting on the road.
Yeah, I'm just glad they didn't run it into my former student, Michael Brink, because he's anal. He don't care. They say, "You been drinking?" Like, yeah, I'm horny too. Want to blow me? He is. He's the way he is. Man, they got a begging ass right out here on 95 in the Bronx.
I hate New York, man.
Yeah, but I'd rather just go on through than drive around. Spend the extra diesel to go around. I'll just pay the freaking toll and come on through.
Yeah.
And plus, it
No,
adds on another 100 miles.
I just hate it because it just kills your time. Well, you get
Yes.
paid by the load, but which still killing your time, but still you got to calculate that.
Yeah, well, basically, I got until midnight tomorrow night to deliver this, so I got a whole nother day.
Oh, you can probably get up there. I don't know what your clock is, but you can probably get up there today, depending what time you started.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I got plenty of time to get up there. I still got a whole nother 8
You probably,
hours. But
yeah, but you probably like what, like 7 hours away.
no, actually, I'm 5.5. But if traffic is like this, yeah, it's going to kill my clock.
Yeah. Can you do early drop off?
Yep. As soon as I get there, I can drop it. Just got to make sure the reefer's full.
Drop and go. Best loads.
And yep, my next load most likely is going to be out of Easton, so I'll have to deadhead to northern Maine. And that load usually goes to Wisconsin or Texas.
Texas is a good ride, depending on what it pays.
Mm-hmm.
Wisconsin, you're getting a little sketchy in Wisconsin right now with the snow.
Oh, it has been snowing up there?
I don't know, but I know it's the season
Yeah, because I was there
coming off
last week.
the lakes.
And yeah, I was there last week in Rochelle, and it snowed there. It didn't stick
Yeah.
though, but it snowed heavily. It was like there's no in between. We went from 75-degree weather to freezing.
Yeah.
Got out of the truck. I'm like, Jesus! I put my pants on, my hoodie, and everything.
But if you need good weather, good cold weather equipment, you got LA Bean coming up.
Oh, LL Bean, yeah, they're expensive though.
Yeah,
The best long johns I bought were from Bass Pro. They're expensive, but they're worth it. I've had
yeah,
these for over 10 years now, and they still have not fallen apart.
that's good.
Yeah, you get what you pay for at Bass Pro, because if you go to like other clothing stores and buy long johns, they'll last about a year or two, and then they fall apart.
Yeah, if you go to Target or something like that or Walmart, you might get a year. You might get a season.
Come on, guys, there's no Yankee game. Let's go. Oh, by the way, before I started the live stream, when I was back in New Jersey on the Turnpike,
Hmm.
I always play the theme music to the Sopranos because that's where they filmed the opening sequence of the show.
Yeah,
I think it's a cool jam, though.
yeah. You're from California, aren't you? Originally,
No, originally born and raised in Chicago, Illinois. I live in Ohio.
Chicago. That's another city that's speaking bullshit.
Ah, New Haven, free. I don't want Throngs Neck Bridge. We call it Thongs Neck Bridge. Remove the R.
Yeah.
But man, I had a Churchill cigar that I saved. I was going to give it to a friend, and one of the first times I tried to do a live stream, playing that, cranked it all the way up in the truck, playing the Sopranos music there in the Turnpike,
Yeah.
and I lit that cigar up. Man, I about freaking died. Like, God damn, this is awful, man. And I threw it out.
So I guess you don't do any trainee stuff then.
I used to. I don't train anymore. I haven't. My last student was my nephew.
Okay.
But I told them, I said, when they talked me into doing the training, I said, you're going to get quality from me, not quantity. Some of these trainers, oh, I trained 150 students this year. How many of them are still alive? How many of those didn't get into an accident or kill somebody? That's nothing to brag about. I said, every one of my students, A1, no accidents. They may have not stayed at Prime, but they moved on to another trucking company, but they're doing very well.
Yeah, I when I got trained, my trainer was one of those trainers that, because we get paid by the mileage, he's like, we're gonna just keep running. I'm gonna sleep and you're gonna drive, and then I'm gonna drive and then you're gonna sleep.
Yeah.
That's not really training.
Basically, it's you're there with an experienced driver to get experience under your belt. And I think at Prime they went back to 50,000 miles, and then you can go on your own.
Okay.
And well, unless you already have previous experience, that's different. They may do an evaluation on you and have you run the course. And if you pass with flying colors, be like, give them the keys to a truck, get them out of here.
Yeah. So does Prime, since you work for yourself, does Prime give you insurance and everything?
They offer it to you, medical
Okay.
insurance.
What's that?
Medical insurance.
Yeah.
They can offer it to you. I call it legalized fraud. They do not like talking to me
Yeah.
because I had the insurance. It was $378. And then when they passed the Affordable Health Care Act, it went up $1,000. You keep that same insurance for $1,300. I'm like, wait a minute. They just passed the Affordable Health Care Act. I'm waving my hand above the contract, going, where did the affordable part come in for me? I said, this is legalized fraud. I got to pay you guys this every month, and then I got to do a deductible before the insurance kicks in. What am I paying you for?
Yeah.
That's why a lot of doctors are doing away with insurance. They say, just pay me. They're getting rid of the middleman. Is what it is. That's all insurance is a middleman. We'll charge like one doctor I see. They charge me $149 a month. $149 a month.
Yeah.
And he got a lot of patients. He's making good money. You just don't deal with insurance companies anymore.
Yeah.
Because that's what you're paying for, is all these jobs and all these CEOs that are making millions of dollars just being a middleman. They don't do anything.
Yeah.
They're lucky to have medical knowledge to squeeze a pimple.
Yeah.
Yeah, opens up now. Looks pretty good. And this is still the Bronx. I'm getting out of the area, but that's good, man. It's opened up. Traffic died down. Like, where'd everybody go? Had all that traffic in front of me, and it's all gone.
Hey, it looks like you got someone in the chat trying to get in, maybe.
Oh,
Alex,
sorry about that. Oh, yeah, I'll get them up here. Well, me mateys. Hey, Alex.
Yeah.
I only glance over every now and then. You know, I can't really look at the screen. You know, I'm glad you let me know that there's somebody here.
I only saw it because he put something in the chat, and I was like,
Yeah, with me, someone's got to give me a cue or something. Every now and then I'll glance over, and if I don't see a red dot, I won't look.
Yeah, StreamYard does have a bleep, so it does tell you. There is a thing where it bleeps when someone comes in, which would help.
Yeah, this is like driving through London, man, or driving around it.
This is the thing. Everyone that lives outside London are like, "Yep, no, we'll take train, thanks." It's that bad in London. It is terrible. Literally, traffic is really slow. I've been in London with a bike. Don't do it. It is a nightmare. It's scary because everyone's like, "Wee!" I'm like,
yeah, I'd be afraid to get hit by a damn bus.
I want to see Sean drive a truck in India.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. Where they're on the side of that mountain. I'd be like, you got a guide with you. I'd be like, okay, Gandhi, get out of the truck and guide me.
What about in the middle of a city? Like 2 weeks you'd be there, wouldn't you?
And I would only they'd have to pay me big to do that. Or I ain't doing it. That kind of risk? I've done some crazy shit, but not that far yet.
Hey, high risk, high reward.
Yeah. Because I drove the ice roads once.
Oh, you went up to Winnipeg?
No, I went up to Yellowknife.
Yellowknife? Okay.
Mm-hmm. And the yard was full, and they had me doing that to the side of the yard. And it was like about 4 miles across.
Wow.
And there was this little midget guy. It looked like the Munchkin Land. That's what I thought about from Wizard of Oz. See, I'll guide you out onto the ice. Now take it slow. He goes, you know what you're doing? I said, yeah, I got to keep the air bubble right in front of me. He goes, yeah, that's the way you do it. And if it gets around you, kiss your ass goodbye. He kind of reminded me of that
Did
old
you make
actor
good
Billy
money?
Barty. Oh yeah, that paid
Did
really
you make good
good.
money with ice cream?
But it was only the one load. I was bringing the load in from the States, and it was
Yeah.
food. It was frozen food I was bringing in. And they said, well, you have to drop it off at the other yard. I didn't actually do it all the way up to the Diavik diamond mines. You know, the guys that drive seasonally for that do that. I thought I was going to be able to do it, but no. Like, well, you get a little small Kenny River here. I'm like, okay. It was about 4 miles. Ugh.
Have you ever seen the Ice Road Trucking TV series?
Well, they over dramatize it.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
You know, if you respect it and you got safety as your number one issue, there won't be any issues.
Also, speed can mess up something as well, because it's
You don't
like you were saying earlier, with the big bubble.
no more than 30 miles an hour on the ice. I was doing 25.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing how to do that.
Have you ever drove on Lake Superior yet?
No.
That's pretty. They haven't had it open in a long time, like years.
Yeah. You know, when you look at Michigan, the UP is what they call it, and it looks like a hand with the universal sign of rock and roll. The pinky and the index finger is what they call it. Well, at the tip of the pinky, there's a Budweiser plant there that I delivered to once, warehouse.
I hope that wasn't swearing.
Now that was windy because it's right there, Lake Superior.
Yeah. So how far in advance do you know your loads?
Just all depends. Most of the time I don't.
Okay.
Ah, damn, man.
Oh, is it traffic again?
Yeah, this guy with the construction vehicle was being funny. He started in the middle lane and then now moved over to this lane. Can you people let me know?
Hey, Sean, I'm gonna jump off real quick. I'll come back in maybe like 15, 20 minutes. I gotta do something. My girlfriend just texted me saying call her, so I need to do that real quick. All right, man.
Come on, people. You're not going anywhere. Let me out.
Yeah,
Somebody finally stopped for me to get out. Oh, no wonder it's bottlenecking down to one lane.
Ah, that's annoying.
Well, this is going to make it. Yeah, this will get backed up fairly quickly.
Yeah, it looks like it's getting like that quite quick. Yeah, in England, when they have roadworks, it's a nightmare. They have roadworks all at once everywhere in the UK. It's like, what are you doing it all at once? I don't drive, so it doesn't really bother me that much. But yeah, hopefully I'll be passing next year.
Yeah, they're trying to patch up the road. Just putting a fucking Band-Aid on it. Still rough as hell.
Mm. Yeah, over here when they do roadworks.
Now I'm talking like a truck driver.
There'll be like potholes everywhere, and they don't get filled for months. It's really annoying. It's like they'll do roadworks all at once, but they won't deal with the roads, which makes no complete sense to me.
Yeah, but if I sign under the WWE, I get to have that drinking dinner with Kana. She's the one that got away from me back in 2015 when I was over there in Japan. I want that drink.
Just go to one of her games and go, do you remember me? Games? I meant wrestling. Is it wrestling or boxing? I'll be wrestling. Yeah, WWE's.
Yeah, I had front row seats. Barry took that. I thought we were going to watch the sumo wrestlers, you know, with big dudes in a diaper.
Yeah,
I was like, cool, man. I've never seen that before. I saw it on TV, but never saw it up front. No, we went to regular wrestling, and the woman came out. She went and she was smacking hands along the crowd. She whizzed right by me, and it was like an invisible force just smacked me in the face. Barry grabbed me. He goes, "You all right?" I'm like, "Yeah." Who is this woman? He goes, "I don't know." Well, Barry is British. We were there visiting his brother. His brother married a Japanese lady, and when he retired, they moved to Japan, and we're visiting his brother.
Oh. Oh, you never know. You might bump into her. You never know. You might be driving a. Wait, the contract for that is that to carry all the staging and all the
Oh yeah,
lighting?
I bump into the guys that run the WWE all the time.
So you basically drive around all the tech stuff.
Yeah, but all the wrestlers, like they'll go to the event, they'll perform. They may hang around for an hour afterward, but they clean themselves up and go to the hotel they stay at. And when they wake up the next day, they go to the airport and fly home.
Hmm.
Someone like her, she only performs maybe once a week. She was on Raw, but now she's on SmackDown.
I'm not really into the the wrestling thing, but yeah,
I only started watching it and got back into it because of her. I'd have never known it if Barry hadn't told me. Because I was thinking about going back to Japan and go watch wrestling, see if I could run into her again. That wouldn't happen because she signed under the WWE now.
So she'd be in like America or something.
Yeah, she did live. Yeah, she did live in Orlando, Florida, but she lives in Henderson, Nevada.
How do you know that? Actually, it's not hard to find someone.
Well, she has a YouTube channel.
Oh, all right, that makes sense.
Yeah, she would be, going around town and everything, and I'm like, she's got Nevada plates. I said, that looks like Henderson.
Why don't you message her on YouTube and say, look, it's me, the guy you saw the other day.
Yeah, she has a YouTube channel called Kana-chan TV.
It was just meant to be, be in the same country as you.
I'd rather go back to Japan.
Fair enough. Never been to Japan. See, I'm more of the sort of person that would see the what was the city, the nuclear power plant meltdown?
Fukushima.
Yeah,
that's way up north. And up north. That's way far away from Tokyo.
Yeah, I would love to visit that. It's just pretty cool. It's an empty city, basically.
I don't think you're allowed to go there yet. That the reactor has not been under control.
No, not near the reactor, the city part. You can go there, just not for very long.
Yeah, since February of 2011, they have not gotten that reactor under control. They've been dumping 500 tons of highly radioactive water in the Pacific Ocean. That's why we have mass die-offs on our west coast, and people want to know why. If they're dumping highly radioactive water in the ocean, well, the current takes that all the way around, and yeah, it's killing the fish, and they're going to wash up on our shores. Get a Geiger counter. Yeah, get a Geiger counter out there. That thing would be singing daisies, man. Woo! Yep. Highly radioactive here.
Yeah, the city should be lower levels of radiation, but near the plant, there'd be loads.
Yeah, but I don't think they got the reactor under control, though. I think it's still they're still cooling it down.
Yeah, I know there's elephant's foot is still in there. That's still glowing. Or is that the other? No, yeah, that is where the elephant foot is. They call it the elephant foot because it's big. It's basically a massive blob of radioactive material. That's proper scary. Just sitting there harmlessly until someone goes along to it and gets killed by it. Slowly. Which is crazy. So where are you off to today then?
Lewiston, Maine,
Oh, yeah, man.
or as far as I can go, make it and get parked. Because so far the traffic's been good now since I got out of the Bronx.
Yeah, it looked very traffic intense.
Yeah, here in a minute or so, I'll be getting into Connecticut.
How long is it going to take you to get there?
Oh hell! I started yesterday from Virginia. Or
Yeah.
no, Delaware. I started from Virginia, went into Delaware, got the load, and then made it into southern New Jersey. And I
Yeah.
started a few hours ago in southern Jersey.
Oh, so you've still got a fair few hours to go.
Oh yeah,
Like you said earlier, you got till tomorrow to get there or something, you said.
oh come on.
Or was the traffic slowed down again? Or was it your internet
Yeah.
connection?
Well, I saw brake lights. It's all right. That's good.
Yeah, I can't really see much back in front of you. Oh, the screen's tiny to me. Yeah.
Governor Mario M. Cuomo Bridge. Why do we have to name shit after people?
No idea. You got like Elizabeth Bridge over here. It's just like I don't know. I made that up. I didn't make that up. That does exist. It's just. Oh, jeez. Yeah. The election, the US election's looking a bit interesting. Biden definitely ain't getting in.
Yeah, sometimes I get uneasy going through this area. I'm calm now, but being around New Jersey, New York, the city area there, yeah, I'm just waiting for another terrorist attack or some bullshit to happen.
Yeah, probably will happen. Well, with all the protests going on around the world, London's got it, Rome's got it. I'm not sure if New York's got it. They might have. I don't know. I've not noticed DC hasn't actually had any protests recently, have they? I'm surprised the Palestinians didn't go to DC.
Oh, they did.
Oh, they
Yeah,
did.
half a million people were there.
Same here. It was like a million. Yeah, it was like ridiculous. And I'm sitting there thinking, wow, that's the biggest protest that London's ever seen. It's stupid. It's like, wait a minute. I mean, everyone's protesting about a country that has nothing to do with our culture.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying nothing wrong with it. I'm not saying
But
nothing wrong.
your
It's really
government, just like ours, supports Israel. That's supporting their genocide, and it's like we as good Christian people do not support genocide against anybody.
I thought religion is supposed to be fucking peaceful. Some religion, anyway. Anyway, I don't really know what's going on with that, to be honest. Israel's already in Gaza now, so they got to the city. And the US have sent a Ohio sub or something to the Middle East. I'm not really sure why you need a nuclear submarine anywhere near the.
Possibly better sonar under the water.
That too, but they are armed with nuclear missiles, which is like you're sending something to the Middle East. Middle East aren't even that tough. They've barely got weapons. It's only Israel that's got them.
Because we gave them to them.
Yeah, and the possibility of Iran having them, but you know. I think what it is the US doesn't want Iran there because Iran is trying to take over the Middle East virtually. That's what
that's what we're being told, but it's not true. Iran is not interested in conquering anybody. If they were interested in conquering people, as soon as we pulled out of Iraq, they would have came in, and they didn't.
They just don't like Israel. I think what they want to do is try and take over Israel and get rid of the Americans out of the Middle East because they're tired of it now.
Well, yeah. Well, Israel can have its country the way it was before they started, taking over the Palestinians' land and kicking them off their land, kicking them out of their houses and making settlements.
Yeah.
Israel is not supposed to be the way it is right now. They need to go back to the way the borders used to be. But they were doing this with impunity. The Golan Heights does not belong to Israel, and yet they occupy it. The Golan Heights belongs to Syria.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's like they're like, yeah, we've got the US in the back of us, so no one can mess with us.
Yeah, because they bought off our politicians. You don't sign. You have to sign. Because I was trying to run for mayor. You have to sign this page, a pledge to Israel. And I'm like, I'm not signing a pledge to anybody, but besides my constituents who I'm serving. If you don't do that, they're not going to give you any funding to run for mayor. I'm like, I don't care. I'm not going to sell I got to uphold my oath, and by signing that, I'm going against my oath, and I'm not a hypocrite.
That is bad though. They're making people sign something, just a country that is irrelevant to the US.
You can refuse to sign it. You're just not going to get any funding to run in the election.
How does that work though? Because why would that affect what goes on in Israel if you don't sign it or not? That's crazy.
Like right now, our all the way up to our president and everybody else is acting blind to what is actually really going on over there because they have to. Because they signed it.
There's bad shit going on over there. It happens everywhere. But yeah, that makes a lot of sense actually. But it is bonkers though.
But a lot of these people are showing up to the protests. They're not just Palestinian or Gentiles. There's a lot of Jewish people involved too that are against what Israel's doing.
And then you get violent groups get involved and make it worse than it is. That's what annoys me. It's like, why does a protest need to turn violent?
Well, you get some, douchebag in there to ruin it for everybody. It only takes one to ruin it for everybody. There we go. Stamford, Connecticut.
Ooh. Yeah. I think the US are trying to have a war with someone. So they've already had a war with Syria, already had a war with Iraq. Well, the groups in Iraq, Syria. And now they want to start on Iran. The US are starting to attack proxy groups, Iranian proxy groups, to stop them destroying US bases. I think there's a hint there. Just get out of the country. Just leave them. Do it. That's the thing. If the US just leave, I get a feeling everything will calm down. But yeah, the Turkey's threatening to get involved, which is going to cause a little bit of a rift because they are
Hang
part
on.
of it.
I think it's just beyond this building right here.
What, the protest?
No.
No.
Unless, yeah, somebody else has it and it's not there anymore. That guy's gonna die. Yeah, I guess the WWE building don't exist anymore. It was right there to my right.
Ah, so they ripped it down.
Well, they probably sold the building.
Oh. Then when did the building go?
Well, the building's still there. Somebody else probably purchased it.
Oh, the building's still there. They just all right. That makes sense. I thought they knocked it down.
Yeah, in 39 miles, I'll be getting off at exit 48 on Interstate 91 and take it through Hardward. Get off at 84, Interstate 84, take that up into Mass, and go around Boston or Boston. Boston.
Yeah. That's where Fallout 4 was based. Boston.
Where what is located?
Fallout 4 is located in Boston.
I don't know what you're saying. I couldn't understand.
Oh, Boston. Country.
Yeah, what about it?
Yeah, that was in Fallout 4. Based in Fallout 4 was based in
Oh, okay.
yeah. If you ever played it.
Wait a minute. There it is right in front of us. See the WW with the flag? It's right there. They moved it.
Oh, so it's there now. It's definitely in the same place.
Yeah, it's not very big either. They went to they're utilizing a smaller building. But I don't think McMahon owns it anymore. He sold his interest to some other company. The same company that owns the UFC.
Yeah. Oh.
And it's like, look, when they started scripting things in wrestling, it really went to shit. The only ones that are keeping the WWE alive is the women's division. Because they got character, they got charisma, and they could fight. But these guys, man, it's all scripted, and it's like, this sucks. That's why I like the old wrestling. None of it was scripted. It was all ad-libbed.
So it's just off the cuff, basically.
Yep, and they did a good job at it.
Oh,
and they had to be their character.
Yeah, imagine Jim Carrey being in there. There'd be mayhem.
And Nature Boy Ric Flair's in his 70s, and he's going to wrestle again for the AEW. I'm like, these guys that are legends don't have to wrestle anymore. Ric Flair, all you got to do is play his music and have him walk out in a suit and, just strut a little bit in the ring and go, woo! That's all he's got to do. And the whole crowd go nuts. However, I like Ron Simmons. All he's got to do is you play his music. He comes walking out wearing a MPA shirt, and with that mean look on his face, and grab the microphone and look around for a second and go, "Damn!" That's all he's got to do.
Is that all he says?
Yep, that's all he said. Damn.
That sounds cool. Yeah, we don't have that sort of thing over here. No, we do watch WWE, but it's not over here per se. Like a stadium or anything. Well, actually, I think there's only one stadium.
Well, yeah, they use Wembley a lot. I don't get this, man.
So
yeah, they fill Wembley in an event every year. The WWE does.
Yeah, I don't really. That's probably because I don't really know wrestling that much. So, didn't know that. Right, fair enough. That pissed on my bonfire.
Yeah, the British Bulldog was very popular in England. Yeah, he wasn't from England. He was born there and kind of half grew up there, and then him and his parents moved to Canada, and that's where he met the Hart family over in Alberta, and that's how he got into wrestling. Like, fuck, he's Canadian.
It's crazy.
I like Davey Boy Smith. He was a great wrestler, great physique, but then he started getting into drugs, and that's what killed him.
Yeah, it's annoying that is. Drugs, not a good thing. But can't stop them, really. It was funny because, what was it? Amber Heard and Johnny Depp case thing. Amber Heard turned around and said, oh, you never saw it, but yeah, she turned around and said, yeah, he had a jar of Coke. And then somebody made a video of it. I got a jar of if you ever watched Pirates of the Caribbean.
I thought that he moved from the States when he was in his 20s and moved to England, and he's lived there for 20, 30 years.
He does have a house in England, which is getting done up right now. But I'm not sure if he is living here now. He may have been here. But I don't know how long that was. But I know I don't know where he is now, actually.
Oh, I think I get blinded by all this freaking money. It's like, look, man, I like Matt Light. Matt Light is a millionaire many times over. And he's a friend of mine. He played for the New England Patriots. He lives in a 3-bedroom house 4 miles from my house. He does not live a lavish lifestyle. And he doesn't waste his money. Just lives a normal life like me and you.
Yeah.
But he could do that lavish bullshit. He's just not into it, like me. I'm not into that.
I wouldn't mind having a house in different countries because then you don't have to worry about hotels. But yeah, I know what you mean. So basically, some of these rich people have more money than sense.
Yeah, I mean, that's a waste.
Yeah. I don't know if he still uses that. No, it's abandoned right now, actually.
Yeah, like some of the guys that I looked up to, this young guy, like Gene Simmons. He had a 26-bedroom mansion in Beverly Hills. He sold it. A 26-bedroom. What do you need all that for? Yeah, unless you're going to do a lot of fucking and have that many kids. That's different.
If it was me, I'd be turning them all into studios. Recording studios, YouTube studios, workshops. People would be going there and go, where's all the bedrooms? There isn't any because I transformed them all. But then over here we get bedroom tax. So we have to pay tax on a bedroom, which is like, I don't know why they put that in. I think it's another scheme of making money because it's like
that's not a bedroom. I can prove it. I'll tell your government that. That's not a bedroom. I can prove it because I haven't fucked in there yet. And there's no bed in there.
Yeah, stupid. Stupid over it. I think bedroom tax is just stupid. It's like you own a house, but you still have to pay tax. And it's like, it's a room. What problems is it causing? Yeah, it'd be some issue of, because it's taking up real estate or something stupid like that. It wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, like the ULEZ cameras. They're literally having security guards outside these vans and everything. Yeah. And people walking around.
The government and the...
Sorry.
Yeah. The government and the rich elite are running out of ideas to get money from us. And it's like, there ain't much more to take. The working class is damn near gone. Well, the middle class in our country is damn near gone.
It's bonkers.
And what we're running into is we're running into millennials and Gen Xers that graduated college and can't pay their student loans back.
Mm. Yeah, it's the generation that's past the millennials that's gonna.
Yeah, well, it's gotten worse. It used to be 400, now it's over 600. For every about 618 college graduates, there'll be that one good paying job, and the rest will be go work at Starbucks.
What is this? This is what annoys me about people do university. You spend all this money, but then do a shit job. That confuses me, to be honest. It's like, why spend?
They
that
do a
money?
shit job because you're getting paid shit.
Yeah, and they have a degree. They can literally get the job. They're literally like, oh, you got a degree. They can literally give you the job there and then if they really want.
Yeah, but what it is, you're going to have people. The only degrees that are going to be worth anything to get into is medical. That's about it.
Yeah. Well, you could be an oil rig worker. That's an oily job, but good money though.
Yeah, I don't think there's a lot of openings there.
Oil rigs are very. Yeah, you get paid danger, they call it.
Like I was telling Emma, there's a lot of college graduates coming into the industry because it's the only thing that pays.
That's crazy.
One of my first students was a computer engineer and programmer.
Yeah, does he work at Starbucks?
His job got shipped over to China or Sao Paulo, Brazil, for cheap foreign labor.
So he basically went, "Yeah, I'm not going over there." That's crazy, though. It's just like they're taking away all the industries and just putting it into a country that's cheaper. This just doesn't make any sense. It's going to get to a point where China's like to the West going, yeah, we're done with you. We're cutting you off. Fuck yourselves, basically.
It's not China doing it. It's your capitalist, your corporate capitalist elites doing it. The boards of directors and the owner.
No, I meant if China goes, we don't want to deal with the West anymore, is what I mean. But yeah, I know what you mean.
Then we're screwed.
Yeah, because America should keep their infrastructure there, but then take some of it to China to get some of it cheaply done. But then when something happens, like a disaster like that, they can fall back on what they've got in the country. The thing is, it's stuff in America. It doesn't need to be expensively made. It's just they're like, yeah, we'll put the price up to ridiculous levels. But then like silicone, they won't do it themselves. They go off.
It has to be somewhat of a ridiculous price because they got a lot of salaries to pay.
True. That is a very point, actually. But yeah, America can do silicone, make the chips. But Taiwan, they do it in Taiwan because it's cheaper. But, So the thing is, you pay someone good money, they'll do a good job.
Yes.
Unless they're shit at their job, but then then you train them, and then boom.
That's why the worker co-op thing is going to work. I wish Jeremy Corbyn would have got a lot further in Parliament with that idea.
Are you talking about England?
Huh?
You talking about England or America?
Well, America, but England has it too. Jeremy Corbyn was bringing it into Parliament. What it was is that every company can exist the way it is, but if they decide to sell or go public, before doing any of those things, they have to give their workers the right of first refusal. That means let the workers purchase the company and make it into a co-op.
Yeah, I that does sound a really good idea. Yeah, someone wants to jump on with a link. Sorry, I'm terrible.
Yeah, it is a good idea. The worker co-op thing works very well, especially in Iowa. There we go. Amon's back.
What's going on? I think there's a way, and I don't think you want to do this, but maybe you do. There is a way that with StreamYards that you can give someone permission to let themselves back in.
I don't know how to do
So, like,
that.
just like for instance, like Alex could jump me in or whatever, or kick me out.
No, I wouldn't do that. I never knew they did that. Yeah, that's called. Oh, I can't remember what it's called now. That'll come back to me later.
Yeah, I'm in Connecticut, thank God. That's why we're got 2 toes in the floorboard already.
Yeah, it's still got a long way to go.
295 miles.
That's not that bad.
My girlfriend, she just texted me to tell her to call me, and she's like, "Just let you know, I'm being a new service area. I'm headed into the Indian reservations in Matana."
Really? Was
Yeah.
she native?
No.
Because I'm part of the Chippewa res.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my aunt still lives there. Distant relatives.
She's headed into something called Big something, Big Bear or I don't even know.
Big Bear's in California.
Oh, Big something. I don't know. It's right outside of Glacier National Park. Big Paul, I don't know.
Mm.
Yeah, I very rarely come through here. That's why I did a live stream so everybody could take a look at it.
It's a road with trees on the other side.
Well, no, when I was going through the Bronx and
Yeah.
northern New Jersey, there, I think I started it just south of the airport of Newark.
Hey, Alex, just to let you know, some people they spend lots of money to go up here to look at the trees change colors.
Oh, people actually do that.
Yeah.
Well, hell, I told him you could do that anywhere. Just take a hit of acid.
Hey, Sean, am I lying to you? Does some
No,
people pay lots of money to go up to like Connecticut and different places and look at the trees change?
yeah, like Pennsylvania, it looks like potpourri. You got
Yeah.
white, red, brown, yellow, orange.
Wow. Oh yeah, I know the autumn. Certain places in autumn actually is really amazing.
Just like people that go to Alaska to see mountains and stuff like that. You know.
Yeah, I want to go and see Death Valley.
Death Valley?
Nice. I've been through there a few times.
In the heat of the.
That's one of my favorite places to drive, actually.
I would love to see Death Valley. I think, and Sean, please correct me what the name is, but Death Valley, they have one season that plants actually grow out of the ground. It's like a blossom like that.
Wow, I didn't know they actually.
Do you know what I'm talking about, Sean?
What? Say that again.
Does Death Valley, they have a season once a year that actually plants grow out of the ground.
I think so. I don't remember. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I just know you're.
What sort of plants are they?
I don't know, man. You're asking questions I don't know now.
Yeah.
There's a device called Google. You can ask Google and it'll tell you. Plants in Death Valley. So what part of England you're in?
London area.
London? Okay.
Well, I'm not actually in London, but
How far are you from the Gryffindor Tower, the one that burnt?
Greenfield Tower. A fair few miles away. That was in the middle of London. But yeah, that was.
I like Jonathan Pye did a.
I don't even know now. Anyway, yeah,
Jonathan,
I'm not. Sorry.
Jonathan Pye did a newscast from there. It was hilarious. He was serious, but it was funny though. He was like, "My God, is the Duchess all right? Oh, the Duchess is fine, although her cleaners are dead." Oh, the cleaners come a dime a dozen these days, don't they?
Oh, how no one took offence to that, I do not know. Don't usually take offence to things. Some people in England do. You've got all the Karen stuff and the Kevins. Oh God, they do weird. But I've never come across a Kevin or Karen yet.
Kevin or Karen? I thought it was Ken and Karen. I always call them Kens.
I think it is Ken, actually.
You never came across a Ken or a Karen?
Not yet.
Wow.
I avoid people like the plague, so sometimes.
Yeah. There's a Walmart truck right there.
Yep, Amazon.
Oh, is that yeah, Amazon. Never mind. I don't know why I said Walmart. And there's Sean's retirement home going up the street.
I wish. When I was 55, that was going to be my retirement. I would have had full benefits, everything, but got screwed out of it. We'll have a better chance of going out on disability than being able to retire.
You know what
Wow.
surprises me, Sean? A non-CDR Class A driver can drive an RV, a Class A RV, without a Class A license.
As long as it's 2 axles and under 26,000 pounds. Regardless of the weight, if it's 3 axles, you have to have a Class B.
Yeah. But that just surprises me. It can have air brakes, like it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm. As long as it's only 2 axles.
Yeah, as long as it's 2 axles. But the thing is that's crazy.
Even 2 axles is quite big.
And they don't have to go through weight stations.
No.
That's cool.
So they could be over 26,001 pounds
Because it's considered a recreational vehicle and not a commercial.
Yeah, but I just think that's nuts. I just think that's crazy because most people can't drive a freaking a Nissan Versa Note that's small as anything, a golf cart on wheels, versus a Class A RV. So, Alex, you drive in London?
No, I don't drive. Well, I'm
Okay.
not actually in London. I'm on the outside of it. But I say London because it's near it. I'm more in Essex area.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you just said Essex.
The only thing I
Yes.
know about Essex is the football team.
Yeah, I don't watch football, so I wouldn't know which one you're on about.
Yeah.
I thought everybody did.
Yeah, no, football doesn't interest me. It is really boring. No offense.
I thought it was exciting, especially when you got that legendary streaker dude, whoever the hell he is, when the Bobbies are trying to catch him. and they have a hell of a time trying to get him. And he
Is that the
became a
only
legend.
thing you like football about? Someone stripping off.
Well, I went to the Manchester United game. He showed up there, and they come out, and the crowd would be cheering him on. He'd get away from the bobbies, they'd cheer him on.
I don't know if he does it anymore. No one's really mentioned it over it.
He's retired.
Oh.
I don't know. He's a retired streaker.
But man, it took a lot of guts to do that, wearing nothing but a scarf, running around the soccer field.
Well, actually, would have warmed up because he's running around.
The game would continue, and then all of a sudden, 5 minutes later, he's coming through the tunnel and jumping back out onto the field, and the crowd's going nuts. There's the bobbies again right behind him trying to go after him.
Oh, you don't think it's all an act, do you? I mean, butt naked.
I don't know. There are some guys that do it. They get a little too drunk. They jump onto the field, and the cops go out there and tackle them. Especially during a football game, American football. You don't want to do that. Those guys will hit you like a Mack truck out there. But what happened was it was at Cincinnati, and the security guard was gave chase, and tackled the guy, and it was a brilliant tackle. The whole crowd went nuts, but the announcer goes, "Hey, that was probably one of the most brilliant tackles we've seen here in Cincinnati in many years. We need to put in the uniform."
You know what I always like to see? I like to see a rugby competition.
That's mostly Australia is into rugby. Now, don't get me wrong, England's into it too, but not like Australia is.
Oh, really? I thought rugby was a UK game and Australia game.
Well, it is, but England is mostly strictly football.
Yeah.
I thought cricket was
Cricket's
Australia.
India.
Yeah, I thought it was Australia.
I think cricket is India.
Is it? I didn't know they played there. I thought it was Australia. We do it over here as well, but
Cricket games. I know one time, my younger years when I was like in my 20s, I was like, I'm gonna go watch a whole bunch of sport games. You know what I mean? Just trying to absorb as much as I can. And I was like, oh, am I going to a cricket game? And they're like, you do realize they'll last like 16, 17 hours, right? And I was like, nope, not going to a cricket game. I don't think I could sit there and watch cricket for 17 hours straight.
no, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah. The most, I wouldn't recommend it because I would never take my kids to one, is an NHL hockey game or a minor league hockey game.
I actually used to play hockey in high school. So
I did too.
I did a lot of hockey games.
That is ice hockey, yeah.
Yeah, ice hockey.
All right.
They're fighting in the freaking stands almost every game.
Well,
Even women are going at it.
I thought football was bad, but wow.
I think the most boring game I've ever watched was no offense to anyone who watches this, is fencing. You guys have it fencing, and Alex in the UK?
Are you talking about cricket? No, not cricket. Ice hockey.
Oh,
Fencing.
sword fighting.
Sword fighting.
No, I don't really watch that either. But no, I don't know really. But fencing, yeah, I don't know. I've never seen it really done, but I have done a bit of fencing. It's boring as hell.
Boring as hell.
It's like, you just go on guard, and then it's stupid. Yeah, I don't like fencing personally, but no, yeah, I don't know. I'm terrible. I should know all this. I shouldn't really know all this, but
Now, I would say that the next game would be jousting, but my girlfriend kicked my ass because she actually joust.
Yeah, that can be dangerous though.
Is that the one where you're on either side with a big pole and you ride
Well,
a horse?
jousting is not what you. It's not like knocking someone off their horse. It's actually riding it and getting these rings on your on your sword.
Oh, so you don't hit each other. Oh,
Knock him off the horse.
No. That's old jousting. This is like the other type. It looks like rings that they have to get around it or something. I don't know.
I do like the video game joust back in the day. You're riding an ostrich.
wow. They can run fast, them things. Yeah, ostrich can run about 60 miles an hour. Imagine that. Imagine riding an ostrich on a motorway. Keep up with traffic. But I'm not sure how far they can run.
What's going on, Sean? You all right?
Oh yeah, I'm just whizzing in the ditch.
Oh, okay.
Out the window.
There's nothing until you get northern Connecticut, and there's a TA up there on 84. But sometimes you can't hold it too long.
What is
I saw Sean pull over, and I was like, "What's going on? Is he having issues with his air brakes? Is he like?"
TA stands for Travel Centers of America. It's a brand of truck stop. They own the Petros too.
Yeah, I thought I'd ask because I'm like, what does that mean?
So do you like TAs or do you like loves?
I like loves if you can get into them, but those are the first to fill up.
Mm-hmm. Love is just a gas station, Alex.
Oh.
But my favorite overall truck stops are your Petros.
I thought you guys say Buc-ee's.
Hell no, Buc-ee's don't have any truck stops. We're not allowed in there. They'll have us towed away. Yeah, they hate truck drivers with extreme prejudice.
Yeah.
Or is it just not designed to have trucks?
It's huge.
Yeah,
Buc-ee's,
they're huge.
I would say this: Buc-ee's probably has, I don't know, what do you think? 70 pumps?
Yeah, on average.
Yeah, they average about gas
Are you
pumps.
talking about the one in Texas? Because it's got 100 pumps.
Yes. Buc-ee's is mostly throughout Texas.
Yeah, they've got like 100 pumps or something. Somebody from Texas, we don't talk to him anymore. He was saying there's 100 pumps.
They just don't want us in there.
Yeah, that'd be chaos if we went in there. Yeah, there's a lot of pumps. 100 pumps. Wow. It doesn't sound a lot, does it? That's quite a bit. Oh, jeez. So, Sean, where are you now then?
Connecticut. Just went through Stafford, trying to make it to Hartford. Gonna be going through Milford here in a second.
Isn't that where Hartford University is? Hartford University is.
Mm-mm.
No, Harvard is in Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Northern Massachusetts.
Oh.
The Massachusetts has the most, I think, has the most colleges, the Ivy League schools.
Yeah, UMass is one of them.
Yeah.
It's one of the lower level ones, but they still call it part of the Ivy League.
Yeah.
Basically, the name Ivy League
So
is
you have
derived from
MIT.
yeah.
Hmm.
You know, Ivy League is
You have
your.
MIT.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was saying your Ivy League colleges are confined to one area, which is the northeastern part of the United States. Even though some people don't recognize it as Ivy League, but people up here do.
See, I thought LSU was Ivy too.
Louisiana?
No, LSU. I think it's LSU. California.
LSU is
No, I'm
Louisiana
saying,
State
no,
University.
sorry, LSU is Louisiana. What's the one in California?
UCLA? No.
Yeah.
That's Silicon Valley. I think they would call that, if anything.
Okay.
Yeah, I've never seen Silicon Valley. Is it just like a little city? Something. Where is it again?
You want to see Silicon Valley? Hey, Sean, get it right out there.
I've been there. Not much to look at, though.
It's wine country, isn't it?
It's near wine country, yeah.
Yeah.
No, because I know that's where the silica chips are made. Well, I don't know if they're made there now, but
I always want to go out to the Redwood Forest in California.
That's in northwestern corner of California, right by Oregon.
Uh-huh.
sounds
Acadia, you're gonna be like about 2 hours from Acadia. Maybe 3 hours from Acadia. That's pretty nice
Yeah,
too.
the only thing popular that I'm going to is the Walmart DC I'm delivering to. They reported it like almost a month ago. That mass shooting it started at the Lewiston Walmart distribution center. That's where I'm going to deliver this. And Stephen King. That's about it. I've been to
hopefully
Stephen King's house.
Hope another mass shooting doesn't happen while you're there.
But Stephen King isn't there. He's down in Sarasota. This time of year when it starts to get cold, he goes down to Sarasota. He lives down there during the wintertime.
Oh, is that who did the mass shooting? Now, why would it be him?
He committed suicide, from what Emon told me, because I didn't know whatever happened to the guy. But he started there and he went to 2 other places and did mass shootings.
Oh.
But when they were reporting it, they said the Lewiston Walmart distribution center. I'm like, shit, I go there frequently. I used to go there a lot. I go there every now and then, like I'm going there now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just here to drop this trailer, sign my paperwork, let me grab an empty, and I'm gone. Ain't gonna do no strip search on my ass. I'm like, it's a little too late to have more heavier security. I mean, what, you didn't notice a dipshit coming in with an assault weapon?
Yeah. I think they would have noticed that someone's got a. Is it an AR-15 or? That's usually what they. Cheap weapon, they're like $500 or something. I'm like, wow, that's cheap. Yeah. I would love to have an AR-15. They look cool.
Hey, question for you. Can you actually own weapons in the UK?
Yes and no. Yes, if you have a license, a firearms license. No, if you just want one. So you have to have a license for it, which is annoying. But it makes sense.
So can you walk the streets with them or no?
No, regardless if you have a license or not, you're not allowed to have them on now. But criminals over there over here.
Chicago.
Do it anyway.
That sounds like Chicago to me.
Yeah, but they're trying to get rid of the gun night ban stuff. I can't have a firearms license because I'm on antidepressant. So yeah, I can't own one of those. I might have to make one. 3D print it.
3D printer.
They're literally, some people have been 3D printing. They're called ghost guns.
Mm-hmm.
But you still need the metal parts like the firing pin and all that stuff. The thing that goes on the rack on top, that has to be metal. But like the bit at the bottom can be plastic. So all in all, you just like think to yourself, what is really the point of 3D printing it when you've got to get the rest of the parts?
Well, you can prefabricate them.
Yeah. Or you can make them out of metal. You can get metal 3D printers. Yeah, it's crazy how many people make. Some of them are like, it's insane. Some people made AR-15s, Glocks, 9/11. I think someone did. No, not 9/11. 1911. Sorry, keep calling it 9/11 for some reason. It's 1911. Oh, what else?
Yeah, that 3D printing is pretty awesome, though.
Yeah, you can make a lot of things with 3D print.
Yeah,
They're
unfortunately,
building houses with 3D printers.
Hey,
Nice,
look,
that's-
there's an organ donor.
3D print that. I want a 3D printed house. They look pretty cool. I'm not sure how they keep the insulation because they'll have to have a gap in the middle to fill it with insulation. So yeah, that would be. Actually, I think they do. Actually,
The good thing about 3D printed houses would be everything's true. So like a 2x4, right? If you go to the Home Depot or 84 Lumber or whatever,
yeah,
2x4s are not always like straight. So 3D printers, everything's gonna be true. Everything's gonna be straight.
yeah. Or I know modern houses over here and over there use steel stud. It's just quite ingenious, to be honest, because it doesn't expand, it doesn't warp, it just works.
Well, I think the extra walls still. I believe still have to be made out of 2x6, which is
so you still have to use wood then.
yeah, I think so. But 2x4s are not really 2x4s anymore. They shrink them down. They keep getting smaller and smaller because if they shrink it down, maybe like a 16th of an inch on that much wood, they save a couple $1 million. So they keep getting it's not true.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's like, why change things? Like over here with sugar, no sweets and stuff, everything's just shrunk like ridiculously. I mean, they probably took off a couple of inches of some chocolate bars, and you're just like, wow. It's crazy. Bloody sugar tax. But yeah.
You got the CB radio on?
I'm sorry?
So you got the CB radio on?
Yeah.
Okay, I hear noise in the back. But I don't.
But I can barely hear it. Here, I'll turn it up.
I did hear a bleep. I keep hearing
Yeah.
noise.
Oh, that was my radar in my truck. That wasn't CB.
Oh.
There's nobody talking on the CB.
Do you got an automatic or you got a manual?
10. I got a 10-speed.
Yeah, 10
I
speed.
won't. I tried the automatic. I don't like it.
There's no. I think that going up a hill, you lose a lot.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
I can
bogs
hear
me
it.
down.
I can hear
Hang
talking.
on. Yeah, see, got 10-speed.
Yeah.
ETN. Didn't know they made gear sticks.
With that,
The name of the
Eaton.
that's it. I can hear your CV now.
you ever think about getting your ham radio license, Sean?
No, don't need one. The FCC don't care what you do on the CB anymore. They haven't
Yeah.
cared in probably 20 years.
They probably don't even listen to it.
No.
Ham radio seems fun. Just talk to people randomly.
But they need them during a disaster.
Mm-hmm. I mean, anyone can talk to someone in a different country if the sky's clear enough.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it depends on your license too. You're going to I think depending on your license, you can only transmit so far.
My average range is 50 to 100 miles.
I mean, in England, it's how much power you use as well. I don't think they care how far you go, but that's European band. So I'm just trying to think. I think if the free one you can get, I think it's only 10-watt power you can use. But if you go up to the full one, it's 100 watts. I think you can use. But I'm not sure because I know you can use a lot more than 100 watts of radio transmission. So yeah, that's bonkers that you can use 100 watts. Yeah, Sean, I could end up talking to you across the country or world. You're like, wait a minute, Alex, how did you get on here? But I don't know if it'll work because CB and ham are two completely different frequencies. I believe. Now over here it's 143 megahertz. But then if you want to transmit to a repeater, it's 144 megahertz.
What time is it there, Alex?
It's 8 in the afternoon. Or 8 p.m. evening. Early evening.
It's 7:42.
Well, in the morning. Is it 32 in the morning where you are, Sean?
No, it's 2:42.
Oh,
You're 5 hours ahead. You're 5 hours ahead of me.
I have to say, I thought, what? 7:32? It's like, what? That's what it sounded to me. I was like, what?
7:42.
Yeah, you were. Yeah, that's what I was wondering because it's a bit light. Is it starting to get a little chilly over there now? Or is it still warm here and there? Actually, there's a lot of places that are still warm in the winter. Does Death Valley actually get cold?
Yeah, I mean the sun goes down.
No park run night.
Yeah, it'll get cold tonight, no doubt.
That was meant during the day. Or is it always hot there? I say I don't actually know because I don't live there.
Sorry.
I believe Death Valley is always hot, except for when the sun goes down.
Yes. Yeah. I'm in West Haven right now, which is part of New Haven.
I've heard of that place.
Hey, Alex, have you ever heard of German?
No.
It's a big map company.
What company?
It's a big map company, like GPS. And the headquarters is coming up As soon as he gets into Maine, the headquarters would probably be like 20 minutes up the road on your right hand side.
Yeah, Alex, I think Yale University is from New Haven. I think.
I would check for you, but unfortunately, if I try to exit the StreamYards, it would kick me out.
Oh yeah.
For some reason, I can't even see chat. Like I wish I could read chat going across at the same time as StreamYards, but there's not a way to do that.
Oh, so if you click the chat, it just kicks you out.
Yeah, it would kick me out. I think it will.
That's strange. I haven't known it to do that.
Because I'm on my I don't have a computer. I'm on a mobile device.
Oh yeah, you have to go on. You have to go at the bottom, and there's like chat. You have to go into the settings and click chat, and then it pops up. Which I think is a pain in the arse because it's annoying. So you have to literally it blocks all the screens, so you're just like looking at that, and yeah.
A lot of your rich folks, right here. They got the yacht club here.
This is what Sean got.
Imagine that, Sean having a yacht.
I thought about it. They offered me this 85-foot yacht, man. For 14 grand. There was nothing wrong with it either. There's a lot of people were selling their boats because they couldn't afford the diesel anymore, or want to afford the diesel. And I'm like, I could buy this, but when am I ever going to enjoy it? I'm always working.
Yeah, that's the thing. Boat petrol and diesel is not cheap whatsoever. Over here, it's highly taxed. So yeah, it's crazy.
How close are you to Sean? How close are you to Martha's Vineyard? That's in Connecticut, isn't it?
No, that's off the coast of Massachusetts.
That's off the coast.
Okay. It's on an island.
Yeah. That's where Sean keeps his yacht, by the way. Right next to his house.
Yeah, if I did that.
The invisible.
Yeah, if I did that, hung around act like a bunch of rich folks, I'd act like Thurston Howell III. How you doing today, darling? Yeah. Well, you people don't have to act that way. Now, I've done shit like that. Me and a friend of mine, we went to the most expensive restaurant you can go to in Chicago. It was all the rich folks go. We did it on purpose.
Just went in there and going,
He made a lot of money for me that week.
Wow.
We did it because of the Blues Brothers movie is why we did it, and we did it for shits and giggles too.
Yeah. I wonder what rich people eat. Probably the same shit as what we do, really.
Caviar and escargot, a bunch of gross shit.
Yeah. If I was rich, I wouldn't be eating that shit. I'd be eating the shit I usually eat.
Yeah.
So like
give me a 18-ounce sirloin, medium well. That'd be good.
Yeah. And then tip the pizza guy, delivery guy, make him a grand. A good pizza person.
Yeah, there's not much to New Haven here. There's like about 4 or 5 buildings. That's it.
Imagine that, getting a grand tip from someone. Yeah, you should be hanging around going, yep, wait for that. Another grand thing.
Yeah, if I was I just eat meat and just seafood,
Yeah, shrimp.
Like the good stuff.
Obviously.
Yeah. Because you wouldn't want to get the cheap stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I'd just be like building a bunker. Just get it in the middle of nowhere and just dig a hole, throw a bunker in there. There's a lot more to it, but that's the quick way of staying it. Just throw a bunker in the ground.
I mean, at one time I was at I don't do this often, but a long time ago I was at a mall and I was in front of like Coach and Louis Vuitton, and the most expensive purses they are. And I came to the conclusion that rich people do not buy purses for $15,000. Poor people that cannot afford the purses most of the time buy it to look like they have money.
Yes.
People that actually have money, people I saw walking around probably had money, actually had no name brand stuff, because it's like
My
I mean,
oh,
I imagine spending $20,000 on a pack of book or something like that.
yeah. My question is, who the fuck is Louis Vuitton anyway? Who is this guy? What I'd like to know.
There's a guy that makes purses and bags and shit like that. I've heard his name before. I wouldn't be paying 15 grand for a bloody bag. Fuck that.
And they probably made it for like $10 in a sweatshop factory somewhere.
10, you give them that much credit, Sean?
Even if I was rich, I'd be like, I ain't paying 15 grand for materials that I could probably make myself. Fella.
I can't remember his name, but I get loads out of there all the time in Columbus, Ohio. L Brands, which is Victoria's Secret. Every time I go there, the security guard's female. I'd be like, all right, which one of you has got my underwear? That's basically what you're going there for, is to get underwear.
Yeah.
To be honestly, it's like there is you get some comparisons of cheap stuff and expensive stuff. Some of the cheap stuff actually outperforms some of the expensive stuff, and you just think to yourself, why how can I justify buying something that's 15 grand?
So I would say this. Me and Sean were just talking about this, and this is not the same category as a $15,000 purse, but like Long John's, right? You go to Bass Pro Shop and you get Long John's for 50, 60, 70 bucks, right? But they'll last you a lifetime just about.
Oh, yeah. I stand behind that.
If you go to Walmart and you buy the same, not the same, but Long John's at Walmart or Target, you might get a season or two seasons. So you might spend 20 bucks versus, but if you pay 3 times the cost, they're going to last you a lifetime. But a purse, in my opinion, I mean, I can't imagine spending that kind of money. I mean, you might be spending a little bit more money on something good, but I don't know. I'm not a person who wears a purse. So
yeah, see, I only wear those during the wintertime, especially when I'm going through like Wyoming, because the wind is so bad. It doesn't matter how many layers you got on, that wind's going to pierce right through that clothing. But you got the Long Johns on, it keeps you warm.
But I can't, like you said, I can't justify spending that much money on something.
Yeah, I mean, if you can afford it.
Say, for instance, like, Sean, he has a truck, obviously. You can buy trucks that don't have PTO on it, right? Well, I don't know if Sean Trucks has a PTO, but a PTO would cost you about $10,000, Sean.
Are you talking about an APU?
Yeah, sorry, APO. Yeah.
Yeah, I have one. I have the Thermal King Evolution.
So it'll cost about $10,000-15,000. That's worth the money.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're not running the diesel to run your truck, to run the equipment like your AC in the back or a heater or something like that. But
yes,
the thing is, that's worth the money. When you think about, is something worth the cost? You think completely around of everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah. If it's like completely useful and it does the job, then yeah, I would pay that sort of money. But like a purse, for instance.
Yeah. I would tell you this: if my girlfriend told me that she went to the store and spent $15,000 on a pocketbook, that would be the end of this relationship.
Yeah, because I think you'd be bankrupt by the end of it, wouldn't you? Yeah.
I just understand people that buy into that crap because Hollywood or MTV told them it was in style, I can give a rat's ass.
Yeah.
However, like shoes for me are always expensive, regardless of the brand, because of the size itself is what costs me a lot of money.
Yeah.
See, so okay, so I would say this about shoes, right? Shoes are goofy. I'm not saying go out and spend name brand shoes, okay? But you got to get a good pair of shoes. Reason why you don't, you're going to have back issues. You're going to create yourself other issues that might cost you more money later in life.
Yeah.
Like I know someone who went out and bought cheap shoes all the time, right? And they're like, yeah, guess what? Ask him how much money he saves when he had two back surgeries already.
Wow.
Because I asked him, I was like, that's related to the shoes. And he's like, no, how does that relate to your shoes? I was like, because the cheap shoes that you're wearing that you won't buy better shoes is actually creating more issues on your back.
No, I didn't know shoes can make that. That's fair enough. Yeah, that's why I don't usually. I've had cheap shoes, and it's just like these are horrible. Actually, I will lie. There was cheap shoes I had that actually felt really comfortable, and I was just like, this can't be right. But I don't use them all the time. I've got proper walking shoes and stuff, and they're waterproof, which is good. So I walk a lot. So and then I mean they were about 50 quid for shoes for them pair. Then I would pay that because I know they're going to last. They're going to be good because of the brand.
I haven't spent that $50 on a pair of shoes since high school.
No, they're
When I
on
got out
offer.
of high
They're 100 quid.
Yeah, shoes for me are no less than $100, $120.
Yeah, that's about where I'm at.
Because of the stuff I do, like walking and hiking, that I'm getting into, they're perfect for the job. Well, actually, there's some shoes, but
well, here's the thing. He's talking 50 pounds. How much is 50 pounds in USD? That's my question. Like, I don't know. I don't know what the exchange is.
The pound used to be worth more than $1.
The dollar is up $1.50 to a pound. So I roughly say that's probably
$40.
Yeah, I can't remember last. I can't remember last time I paid $40 for a pair of shoes.
Yeah, it's what they do. Let's say 50 quid.
I mean, my work boots, because sometimes I have to wear work shoes depending where I go on my job sites, and they require steel toe shoes. My steel toe shoes alone are like $200.
Yeah, for 50 pounds is $60.
Yeah.
Oh, I went the other way with the math. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the dollar's worth more than the pound now.
$60
Yeah.
shoes are still pretty low.
What 60? Yeah. I mean, it's not bad. I can justify that.
Yeah.
I mean, 100 quid. It's not that much either. But some of them can hit like 400.
Oh yeah, that's a lot.
Especially getting crampons. Before you ask, they're nothing to do with females. They're for ice climbing. They're like 400 quid, and I'm just like, wow. I'm not getting into ice climbing yet.
What are they called?
Crampons.
Okay.
It sounds like some female would wear that, but no, it's like spikes on it, so you can grip the ice and climb.
Yeah. I gotcha.
Yeah, they're special boots you have to wear. Which I thought you could use any old shoe and just clip it onto it. But no, yeah, you have to use special boots. But yeah, ice climbing seems fun. I've done outdoor climbing so far. I've done Gritstone.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so I've done Gritstone so far, and the other one I can't remember what it's called now. Oh, what was the other stone called? I think it was granite, or something like that. Yeah. So I've done 2 rocks so far. The grades I've done is VDiff is the only one I've done so far. I've done a HS. So how what that means is it starts off. You get one that says D. It's called a diff, which is difficult, and then you've got VDiff, which is very difficult, and then you've got S, which is severe, and then you've got HS, which is high severe, and then you've got HVS, which is high severe. No, yeah, high severe. No, actually, have I just got that all wrong? I think I have.
So our walls around here, they're on the V scale. So it's V1, like easy. Then it goes V2, V3, and it goes up.
Yeah, I was talking about the European standard.
Yeah.
But yeah, there is a chart on the climbing wall that shows you the American one and one. Yeah, so they're all different grades, but they're all pretty much the same thing.
I did some climbing them back in my early 20s.
Yeah, I bet that was fun. Yeah, it's really strenuous, some of it.
Now here's something that's really interesting. When you do if you do ice glacier climbing, there's no scare for that.
No, it's just climb. But yeah, it takes a lot of strength though, apparently.
Glacier climbing is I did it in Alaska, and glacier climbing is I would say very difficult.
Yeah, it's just understanding how the ice works as well, because they're basically saying you get your axe, but put it at the back of the ice, not in front. Because if you are on the edge, it can break off, but if you go to the back, it's more.
Mm-hmm.
And that. But yeah.
And the interesting thing is you can only ice climb in the summertime. You can't ice climb in the wintertime because the ice is too hard and too thick. You can't break it.
Over here, we have to do it in the winter because there's no ice on the mountain. Ours is Ben Nevis is one of the ice climbing places people go.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we can't do it in the summer because it's just too warm. In the UK's winter is not that bad. I mean, in Scotland, it can hit about minus 20 degrees.
You guys have a lot of hot springs there, don't you?
Yeah, our seasons are drastic. But they sort of fade into each other. I think that's with everyone, really. So yeah, our winters, it just rains pretty much non-stop.
Yeah.
Which is pretty much every day, all day, every season, just rain. We moan about it a lot. But it doesn't bother me, to be honest. Rain is rain.
And you guys, how many years? Just curiosity, how many years of school you guys have?
You got to say that again. It broke up before I heard everything.
It's okay. How many years of school do you have?
I stayed on till I was 17, but yeah, 16 is usually. They've changed the age to 18 now, so you have to be 18 to leave.
So it's about the same as ours.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with being there till you're 18. So because I know over there you can 16-year-olds actually learn to drive at that point. Or
15, 16, depending on the location. I think it goes state to state.
Yeah.
Yeah, over there don't work. They work all the same. So one law here will be the same law in somewhere else.
So here, each state has their own laws on when you can start driving and what you need to do to drive. And then some states, just like if I move to Alaska, I have to retake my driving test. But if I move to like Texas or something like that, or Wisconsin, I can transfer my license over to that state. It's state to state what the requirements you have to do to do it again.
How do you keep
Yeah,
up with
but
that?
a lot of people that live in Illinois, they don't go to other companies to get their CDL out of state because Illinois is real anal. Yeah, like if I moved to Illinois, they'd make me take the whole test all over again.
That's just stupid.
Yes.
I don't know why they don't just come under one law and then every state has to follow it. That makes life so much easier. I assume. But then states are so big, you can be. You can literally get from one end to the other within 2 weeks. Or 2 days, I should say. Was that a bit exaggerated?
So
No.
it depends if you go from like Texas to Chicago, right? It might take you 2-ish days, and it'll be 2 long days. If you go from like Maine to California,
Southern
it'll take
Cal,
you about
4 days.
6. I was going to say 5, 6
I
4
did it
days.
from south of San Diego all the way up to Assinet, Massachusetts,
I'm
which
guessing
is
that
way
doesn't
south of
really,
Boston. That was 4 days.
I'm guessing that doesn't really put a dent in of how big America is.
Well, here's the other thing. Then you have Alaska, right? It would take you to go. Well, first of all, you can't go from south of Alaska all the way to the North Town because there's no roads that connect there. Okay, but if you took Alaska, you took it over top of the United States, the lower 48. It would cover 2/3 of the United States.
Oh, Alaska would, yeah.
But don't you have to go through Canada to get to Alaska?
Yes.
Or can you get a ferry round there, sort of thing? Or is it not really
Well, yeah, you could do that too.
What's that?
to get to
You
Alaska?
can get on a boat and go to Alaska, yeah.
Yeah, you can get on a boat. But the thing is, so like if you go to like Hope, Alaska, or something like that, and you want to go all the way up to Barrow, Alaska, which is the most northern city, you can't do it.
No.
There's no roads. You have to take a bush plane, like an 18-passenger bush plane, to get there. So
Wow.
the way they get their stuff there is by airplane, or in the summertime they'll take it by boat.
Yeah. Why don't they just have an aeroplane all year round? I know planes cost more to deliver, but they're faster.
Because an airplane, these airplanes only hold like 16 people, right? So they can only load these airplanes up so much because of the runway. A boat, you can haul a lot more items on a boat.
Oh yeah, because their runway's too small for big aircraft. All right, fair enough. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
They're little villages. They're not like very big places.
Mm. Alaska does seem quite a nice place to live.
And then you also have Hawaii, which I don't know how long you can't drive from island to island on Hawaii. And you can't drive to Hawaii either.
Yeah, I mean, you'll get a bit wet, but
I mean, Sean, with his truck, he might be able to drive to Hawaii if he goes fast enough and hydroplane across the water. He might be able to make.
just mine.
Yeah. I had this one Filipina on here convinced I was from Hawaii. She asked me, what island? I said, Kamawanalea.
Have you been to Hawaii, Sean?
I'm sorry.
Have you been to Hawaii?
One time.
It's on my bucket list.
Isn't that where the bomb was tested?
No,
Oh, that was
that was in Midway. That's in the middle of the Pacific. They destroyed
that was
Bikini Island. For Castle
yeah,
Bravo.
that's near Japan. That one.
No, it's right in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. It's far from everywhere. It's good that where they did it, but still, the natives on the island were destroyed.
I thought they evacuated everyone off the island.
Well, they did, but they still got radiation poisoning because they said they could return, and they did.
Oh,
which was a bad idea.
Jeez. Yeah, apparently they're going to be doing another test. Don't know when that will be. I think it's stupid because these things are crazy. It's like
I don't need
to destroy us for these things.
Maybe the rockets would be okay to test, but nothing more than that.
Yeah, there's no treaty anymore. The treaty's been demolished. Because obviously the testing treaty was to do with the US and Russia.
Yeah.
Russia got rid of it, and now they can both basically do tests, and no one will know when they're doing it.
Well, no, the United States pulled out first.
I thought the Russians pulled out.
No, we did.
Oh, that's not a good sign though, because it's basically a thing. So each side tells each other what they're doing with their nuclear stuff. But now we don't do that anymore, which is even scarier.
Yeah, sorry guys, that's my radar going off. This guy's driving too slow. He's going to get people killed.
Get really close up to him and push him. So like, don't.
Yeah. This guy don't understand. Everybody else is trying to get around too.
How fast is he going? The speed of 60 miles an hour, I think. 65.
Well, you can't go less than 45. He was doing it.
Yeah, you can only drive at like 60 miles an hour, isn't it?
So it's state to state. Some states you can only go 55. Some states truckers have to stay like in low gear, going down hills and stuff like that. Like in West Virginia, it's state to state how fast you can go.
So most laws do with each different state. Oh, fair enough.
So like in Texas, you can go 75 miles an hour. You know.
Fast. Obviously, trucks can actually do a lot of damage if they slam on the brakes.
Well, some states trucks have to go slower than cars.
California, yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So trucks, the limit for trucks may be 55, but cars 65.
Wow.
And there's one area trucks have to trucks also. If you notice, Sean's not in the left lane. He can't be in the left lane, right? So he has to stay in the right lane. There's one state, I believe it's Georgia or it might be Alabama, that trucks have to be in the left lane only and not in the right lane. There's a state that's like that. I can't remember which one it is now.
Oh, well, in construction zones, because they don't want us, with the weight that we have, they don't want us on the shoulder because the pavement's thinner.
Mm. Trucks can really fuck up roads for the weight of it.
I mean, trucks are fully loaded trucks can be up to 80,000 pounds.
Oh, wow. Yeah, because that's why you get a lot of potholes. It's to do with heavy vehicles.
Well, the potholes all come from the salt. Like right now, like where he's at, salt would be on the road from the melt the ice. So there'll be a lot of potholes because of the salt and the snow plows and stuff like that.
Yeah, the plow is scraping the pavement is what causes it.
that's why if you go to Texas, Texas gets so hot they don't have asphalt. They actually have concrete roads. But they don't. It doesn't snow there really. It does, but it doesn't snow there often. So they don't have as many potholes because of that.
Yeah, concrete is quite good at that.
But in Texas, they have a lot of like stuff that flies off trucks, stuff like that, because people don't strap their loads. I've noticed that. I don't know if you have, but I've noticed that Texas has a lot of stuff in the middle of the roads. Especially
crazy.
in the Dallas area.
Yeah, over here, you get potholes. They'll be there for years.
Yeah.
You just don't get filled in. It's a little weird. Well, I don't drive, so it doesn't really, especially when I'm on my bike. Some of them potholes can really fuck up my bike. The way you get miles, the tyre goes down, and I'm just like, shit. Yeah, sorry.
So what kind of work do you do, Alex?
Me? I don't work.
Bitch.
I'm getting into. Oh, it beeped.
Yeah, the douchebag got in front of me and then hits his brake to get off the exit. Like, you want to die?
That's a death wish there.
I won't want to get hit by a truck.
He could have easily got behind me and then got off the exit.
That's what you're meant to do. It's meant to wait until.
Well, the good thing is, Sean, is because you're live streaming, if something happened, you can submit the live stream to the insurance company.
Yeah.
This is why that person freaking died, because you're an idiot.
Yeah. Was it a car or a van?
It was a car.
Yeah. That's gonna be totaled.
Oh yeah, you get hit by us, your vehicle's gonna come in pieces. You can look on YouTube. Hey, look on YouTube. Trucks hitting cars, they usually explode into pieces.
Yeah, it's a little more mass in it.
You got your dubbers, Sean?
My what?
You got your dubbers?
I don't know what that is.
Can you ride two dubbers, 2 and 3 trailers?
Oh yeah, I got my triple double endorsement. I could do super doubles also.
Okay.
Because I thought about leaving Prime and going to ABF because I'm a legacy.
Yeah.
Imagine reversing with a trailer on your truck.
Yeah, and some of them, I run into them and they say, every time we look at you, man, I feel like I'm looking at a ghost. I'm reminding my dad.
Alex.
Yeah.
You saying something about backing up?
Yeah, about having a truck on a trailer, having a truck with a trailer. I think.
So backing up a truck to trailer is a lot easier because the longer the trailer is, the easier it is to back up. Now, if you have a small trailer, that's when you have difficulties because then you have to play this catch and mouse game, going back and forth. So it all depends on how long your trailer's at. And then you have other things, your blind spots and everything else. So it all depends on how you're backing up.
Yeah.
Is that the best way to explain it, Sean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So the bigger the trailer, the better it is. So the smaller the trailer, the worse it is.
Well, the smaller trailers react faster. You don't have to cut as much.
So if you treat it like a long trailer, you're going to be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
Like Sean's trailer right now is 53 foot. I'm going to guess, right? So,
yes.
But the thing is, if he has a 10-foot John boat in the back of him, right? It's going to react a lot different. The John boat's going to be all over the place when he's backing up because it's going to start swinging a lot more. So if he goes to the left, it's going to go to the right quick. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's crazy how fast things.
Sorry about that, guys. I was buffering.
Sorry.
Guess there's certain parts of the Northeast that don't have good cell phone coverage.
And there we go.
Oh, no.
He'll be back. He'll be
Yeah,
back.
I'm probably gonna head off in a minute.
Yeah. He'll be back eventually.
It's annoying. The countries don't put things.
Well,
The infrastructure in enough.
yeah, we got double Sean's going on here. We got 2 Sean's. Or is that just my end?
Oh, no, it's your end.
Is it really my end? I see 2 Sean's going on here.
Yeah, one's buffering and the other one's not.
There we go.
Shit.
Back. Yeah, sure. I'm probably gonna head off in a minute.
Yeah, I need to end this because none of my buttons are working on the live stream anymore. But hey, y'all got to see the Bronx and New Jersey and Newark and all that. I'll talk to y'all later. Thanks for joining me.
And
Oh, I will. Yeah, y'all have a good one. Bye-bye.
Bye.